You could have at least said, "I'm gonna hit start now."
No,
You're like, "I'm just gonna hit start."
I'm gonna hit start.
Hi
Yep.
guys, welcome to the Core Meltdown. I am Gahdric,
I'm Leg.
and now I'm embarrassed to say it like that.
You have to now.
Today's episode is called "It's Electric Car Electronicore." What? I don't like it. I said it. I take it back. I shouldn't have done it. Today's episode, we're talking about Electronicore. My brain said it's almost Thanksgiving, but then when you guys see this, it's after Thanksgiving, so words
and sentiments and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. So before we go completely into everything, some of you might be wondering, what exactly is Electronicore?
It's just dancey metal music.
No,
it's dancey metal music.
We literally pre-planned this episode. I'm gonna say, what is Electronicore? And you're just gonna throw Abandon All Ships out there. That was the plan. There was a whole plan.
There's a whole plan.
I wrote it down. I even went over it with him. He said, "I got it. Yeah, we'll just play it right away." And then I say, "What's Electronicore?"
Dancey music.
Look at me, man. Play Abandon All Ships for the people. Jesus Christ. You're like, is it gonna pick up?
Take one last breath. You're about to shut to your dead. You're about to shut to your.
Oh, there's the crab core.
Yep.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, but the production on that shit is so bad.
It is. First and foremost, while we made this list, we realized a lot of these bands are really old.
Really old.
So now's where you say what Electronicore is.
It's dancey metal music.
It's like dancing metal music. There you go. God, I swear, look. I went over it twice. Not uno, not dos, but thrice. Treja. There you go.
3.
But yeah, no problem. No problem. Basically, it's for the most part, it's basically metalcore with electronic and dancey and techno and sometimes dubstep sounds mixed in with it.
Right.
So, what we figure we're gonna do the episode a little bit differently. Normally, we play all of our music when we play it together, but here we're gonna break it up a little bit and go that way.
Yeah. I mean, we might as well. There's lots to talk about. Well, there is, but there isn't. This is one of those weird genres where there was a lot of it at one point, and now when you look at it, you're like, where the fuck did they all go?
Yeah. So I think Leg and I were both agreed, like the Browning is like the pinnacle of that genre right now, right?
I'd say they're top 2. I think Electric Callboy has them, honestly.
True. No, I can't say true. I can't say they have them. I don't know.
See, I would say, like, if you were talking in terms of genres, Electric Callboy would be your metalcore, and the Browning would basically be your deathcore without being deathcore. The Cruxcore.
There it is. I was waiting for it. I was like, come on, it's right there. It's
it is.
It's
right on the crux of it.
Right on the crux of it. Ooh, fucking table over. So yeah, I know Leg wanted to talk about the next band that we are gonna play, and then we'll go from there.
Right. So, like he said earlier, a lot of the bands we decided to pick were older. So some people may remember this band. Some people probably have never fucking heard of them. It's I Set My Friends on Fire.
At first I was like, I know the band, but I can't remember what they sounded like. And then I looked it up and I immediately saw the album cover with the narwhal, and my brain said, oh, I know this band.
Right, and the narwhal is very iconic for them. But the big thing about them is that from my days of listening to all this, the electronic bands like them were two-piece bands. Like it was always one random vocalist and the other guy did everything else.
Yeah.
And so like they were fun and they did a lot of stuff with Smosh if you're from the YouTube days. Just a great band. They've obviously evolved a lot since then because I know they're still kind of around.
Let's see.
But the original two-piece band, it's only the vocalist, the heavy
My
vocalist.
bad.
What'd
I
you do?
accidentally hit play on mine, but you can't hear it, right?
I can't
And
hear
my brain
anything.
said, "Oh, he fucked up," and in
I fucked
reality,
up.
I fucked up.
I'm to be blamed. Yeah, sounds
Okay,
alright.
keep talking. Sorry, my bad.
No, you're fine. So I picked things that rhymed with orange to play because it's a great song. You can never go wrong with it.
It's right there.
Right there. Just
Leave it there. Don't touch it.
wait. Gotta get the drop.
Don't touch it.
I only want you to think I'm fantastic. I'll participate in what you believe. If you give me the attention, yeah, that's the only compensation. I wanna be included in the conversation.
Hold on. I want to hear the drop. All right. I just had to hear that part.
It's so look, there's a song that they did with Buried Alive, and it's fucking amazing. And
I
I
didn't know they
forgot
did.
about it till right now.
What song did they do with Buried Alive?
Pure Evil.
I forgot they were in that.
That's a good song. I'm just saying.
It is a good song. Oh, I can't believe I forgot about that.
Could you just do me one favor, just really fast, just
really fast.
just really fast. If you need me to, I'll find a spot.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find a spot.
Yep. All right.
Pure Evil. I spelt it wrong like a retard.
Puree. It's got the E with the dash over it.
Yeah.
And then there's the second E.
Yeah, I forgot about the second E, so it looked like Pure Evil.
Yeah.
I can't make that symbol.
Go like 20 seconds in.
20 seconds? All right, let's see what you got for me, because I remember the song very, like a little bit.
Little bit, yeah.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. What is this RuneScape lobby shit? Oh my god. It's definitely got some elements of the Electronicore in it, but
it definitely does. I forgot about it till right now, and it's funny because we pre-planned this fucking episode like down, and then I was like, wait, hold on, wait, Leg, please play me this one song, just really fast, play this one song for me.
I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot they even did something together.
That's why, like, when you first mentioned the band, I was like, I know that band. What did they sing? And then I couldn't remember. Then the Narwhal thing came up, you know?
Right.
But in any sense.
Well, and then after like 2 albums, they disappeared for a while. Then they came back briefly, and their sound was worse, in my opinion.
They don't sound like they used to, yeah.
Well, and now then the band is totally not what it used to be. The guy, so like I said, it used to be a pair. The guy who did all the other instrumentals, not the screaming, he left in like 17, I think, or 18 or 16, somewhere around there, and that's when their sound totally went off the rails.
Well, they had an album in the deluxe edition of Astral Rejection was 2011, and then they didn't have another one until 2019, which I assume is whenever they changed sound.
Yeah, well, they put out like a single in like 16, I think, and I was like, ugh. And Astral Projection?
Mm-hmm.
It was okay, but it kind of got weird vocally and like more
Astral
erratic.
Rejection.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I didn't know either. So. But also we get.
Oh, I was gonna say, And they weren't the only two-piece weird band out there. There was a one that everybody knows now, which is We Butter the Bread with Butter. They
I
were a
want to.
two-piece German random band.
So we couldn't agree on a song, so we decided
Okay.
not to play them because he wanted to play old school and I wanted to play new, and then it'd just be better if we just said, hey, if you want to hear more old school Electronicore, look this band up. There you go.
Yeah, well, they're a great band, and again, it was one of those things where
Mhm.
those two-piece bands were really taking off, and those two were those big names back in the late aughts where we were like, "Where's music gonna go?" And these two bands were
Mhm.
out there, and you're like, "Who fucking knows with bands like this?"
Yeah. Um, we did put the Browning in here. I put them in this group, and then because it's like mainly that's what it is, and then we stumbled upon a band called Quote Quote Quote. It's
Okay,
like
so hold on. Before you go any further, they have to understand. I
quad
put this into translate thinking
quad.
the guy who we're about to mention is German, so it must be a German word. But every time I tried to put in a translator, everything said it's Vietnamese. So I don't know what the fuck it is. I would assume it's some kind of word for quiet in a different language.
Maybe.
It would make the most sense to me, but it could just be gibberish that he made up, which kudos to him. But he was
Sure.
cool. We were really surprised by his sound.
Yeah, it sounded really close to like what the Browning does now, right?
Yeah, I think as a solo artist,
Mhm.
he's pretty close to what the Browning is.
We both heard one song and was like, "What is this? That it's exactly what we've been looking for," you know. So I'll definitely be listening to more of that. So
Right. Yeah, he's followed and I added one or two songs real fast. I was like, I'll make sure to listen to this.
yeah. So the next band we wanted to throw out was Icy Stars, old school,
Yeah, because
and
you
it's
can't go wrong with them.
no, you can't. No, actually, and we were gonna say that they changed really bad, and then we listened to their new song, and it's actually not bad at all.
Which was really tough to say because we did not like the direction they've gone since
Yeah,
losing the other brother.
yeah. Was it a brother? I don't know.
Yeah, because it's the two vocalists were brothers and they lost one of the vocalists.
I didn't. I know they lost a vocalist. I know they were brothers. That's all.
Yeah, I think they're twins. I could be wrong
They
on that matter, but
look
I know they're
nothing alike.
close.
But okay, Bill Friends Unite.
They're friends. I think that just
I could listen to it straight up. I
I,
could just
I was trying to stop it because it's like
yeah.
otherwise I will watch this whole fucking thing.
So my quick story about that band is actually went to go see the Word live, 2015 ish,
Mhm.
and Icy Stars was there. I took my sister Raven to her very first show, and she crowd surfed during the Word Alive, but Icy Stars was on, and then Crown the Empire, and I was like, oh my god, these bands are amazing, and since then they've both changed, but yeah.
I guess we could say Crown the Empire could have been on this list because back in their original days, they did
Maybe.
have quite a lot of elements of it, didn't they?
Like, I mean, they would have fallen into what we're this list that we're doing now, but not the first list, like We Butter the Bread with Butter or the Browning per
No,
se.
yeah, I think they're
Yeah,
like they do this weird dance with it, don't they? Like
yeah.
half their songs are, and then half their songs
So
weren't.
basically, that exactly, and that's what these bands I'm about to name. It's like they they have their own sound, but then as you say, they'll sprinkle a little bit of it in.
Yeah,
So like
seasoning the song so you get the
seasoning it
spicy parts.
with the electronic core, with the electric coreness. But bands like Attack Attack and Woe Is Me, Falling in Reverse had done a couple like Rolling Stone had a little bit. I know that Motionless in White had some. I can't think of anything offhand, but I know they did something with a synthesizer once, one
Just
time.
one time.
Uh,
While
yeah,
you're throwing those bands out, I was gonna say
yeah.
there's a band that I used to love, In Fear and Faith. They're kind of
Okay.
like Attack Attack and all them. They had the
Mhm.
same start and all that. I would say they dance the line too. Like a lot of their songs were like Attack Attacks, where like you would get the elements of it, but they weren't
Mhm.
enough to say they're full electronicore. They were much more metalcore of that time.
I gotcha.
Did you find what you were looking for?
Oh, that werewolf song they did. It was like synthwave though,
Oh, okay.
but they've always had this industrial aspect to theirs with some keyboards and stuff in some of their songs, and not necessarily all of them. But I keep thinking of Cyberhex, but I don't think it is.
Cyberhex is kind of techno-y.
In the beginning, I think.
Well, and I think they have like a middle part too. Like it has that sound. I mean,
Mhm.
with the name like Cyberhex, you kind of have to.
Yeah. But so yeah, that's it's just metalcore bands, basically mostly melodic metalcore bands that like sprinkle a little bit of electronic and dance into their music. And I know that Woe Was Me did it in their early days, and then shit, their newer song Red has it in there. Attack Attack, you said Concrete or something, their new song has it.
Yeah, because I guess they have a EP out. I wasn't aware, and I listened to the first song, which was Concrete, and like the first 45 seconds is like
Mm,
what we just listened to in these last few songs, where you're like, it comes in techno, hits heavy, but the techno is still going in the background, and then they do the
mhm.
vocals, and you're just like, so they really haven't changed their sound much. I know like they had a period where their sound kind of went through the whole like change aspect with what was going on at the time, because I think they put one out in like 18, 19. I think I could be
Um,
wrong.
Maybe. I know one of their newer songs I did not like, and I don't. Is it All My Life? I think I didn't care for that.
See, I'm not sure if that was the song or not. I just know that I listened to Concrete off of
Yeah,
that new EP, and I was like, okay, so they've returned to their roots with better
yeah.
production.
So, Concrete, I have saved on a list.
Okay.
But I know like Smokeahonis and Stickley was amazing, you know. But All My Life sounded like a rock song.
Right, and like I said, they went through that weird period where I don't know if maybe there was band members being exchanged or what was going
Maybe.
on, or personal shit, or they were
Mhm.
experimenting, like whatever.
Yeah.
But I know they changed their sound for a brief moment. That's what kind of took me away from them, because it's like, I like you guys, but now you're not what I want from you, because you
Yeah.
were one of the last bands that kept the sound, and now they're back.
What about Don't Fall Asleep? Who sings that?
Don't fall asleep.
Hollow Front? Do they have anything electronic?
They're not full electronic. Like I said, like we said, it's kind of like sprinkles it in here and there.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm saying is, or where I wanted to go to next is like metalcore in a whole has decided that electronics kind of have to be in the genre,
Mhm.
but it doesn't have to be the forefront. So like
Yeah.
bands like Born of Osiris, who use a lot of it but play heavier with it, or
Yeah.
like the Browning, stuff like that, it's normalized, but not enough bands make it that normal. They make it
Well,
more like your typical metalcore
yeah.
normal.
My reason for asking wasn't like necessarily, hey, are they electronic per se? It was more like, hey, do they have any of these songs? I can't remember. It was like that, and then like Moss to Flames in my brain, it was like saying, did they have any of this aspect? I couldn't remember. I didn't know if you knew offhand if they did or not.
Again, kind of in their early days, they
Yeah.
used a little bit more of it, but they've really gotten away from it. They're much more like what you would think of architects and stuff like that.
What about Between the Buried and Me?
They're progressive, so they use it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because like when we went to go see them, I realized just how much they actually use the keyboard.
Hmm.
But a lot of their songs, because they're big and swelling and orchestral, and the way they play their music, you don't hear it quite as much at the forefront, but
Yeah.
like when you're watching them on stage, you're like, ah, okay, so they've got a little bit more of an aspect than you think, but it
Yeah.
ties into that progressive movement.
It was just random thoughts. I was like, hey man, what about this band? What about this band? But
Yeah, I mean, you could do
I'm
that with
glad-
a lot of bands because then there's like a lot of the gent bands have a lot of synthesizing in the background or some kind of keyboard, and then you've got stuff like Era or Make Them Suffer who have albums, or that's like Era's whole. They're not quite electronicore because their stuff
Yeah.
isn't dancey, but they use a lot of synthesizing and a lot of keyboards.
Oh, did want to mention Hope Die Last.
Yeah, good band.
Now they're older. Backspace, motherfucker, not delete, insert.
Delete.
Are you Matt Hardying me right now?
Might be.
Okay. Hope
Would
Die
you be
Last.
mad about it?
Not at all. I literally said, "Are you Matt Hardy?" Why would I be mad about it if I know what it is?
I don't know.
Okay, so I guess they had an album in last year.
Who?
Hope Die Last. I didn't listen to any of it, but
Oh.
in my opinion, they were a lot bigger. 15-ish, 13? Yeah, 2013.
10 plus years ago, they were big.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
No. But I did want to mention them though, because they had Promises, which I think Skrillex did also.
I'm not sure.
They did that song on you ever watch Face Off?
No.
It was like prosthetic makeup shit.
Yeah. I've seen some of it.
Yeah, it was like season 3, I think. Promises. They played Promises at the end for one of the finalists.
See, I haven't gotten past season 2 yet.
I'm gonna need you to just step up your game.
I don't watch a lot of TV if it's not animated. I know.
Ta-da! Yeah, I know.
Exactly. That shit would be in a jar. Well, wait, you don't know that reference. Never mind.
So the last song we wanted to play was Electric Callboy, and picking a song was a little bit hard. We didn't want to pick what everybody knew, which was like Hypa Hypa and Techno Train, and we got the Moves and Every Time We Touch. We didn't want to do that. And we couldn't go old school Electric Callboy because it's not quite electronic enough. So we went with Pump It.
Yeah.
And if you don't like this, you're fucking wrong. Get
Always.
right.
I wanna feel it day and night. You are the power of my life. I wanna pump it better. I wanna feel it day and night. My work of my delight. You are the power of my life. I wanna pump it better. I wanna feel the burn. With my chest open. The other body Superman you never.
I said it when I was like, dude, just play it from the beginning. You got your electronics, you got fucking 80s, and then you start screaming. It's perfect. And guess what? They're pumping it in the gym.
What's even funnier is the fact that they do all that dressing up and all those dance moves on stage every time.
And the best part is, like, for bands like In This Moment, where she leaves, goes in the back for like 2 minutes or some shit, and I'm like, come on, man. Let's say the next song. But they're like, they run back and then they get the get up and they come out, and it's like 30 seconds and they're ready to go. You know, it's not.
When I like that the two singers will do like a little comedy routine while they're getting the rest of the stuff set up.
Yeah, it's enough
it's
to
just
distract you from it.
Right, but at least they're interacting with the fans and they're having fun, because when we went to go see them in Maryland, they were really fun to watch and they like interacted with the crowd a lot. Whereas I know when we saw them at Blue Ridge, it was a tight schedule, but they still did a phenomenal job. But you're right, they were like quickly run off, quickly back, quickly run off, quickly back.
Yeah, and
so
then
I think when they have their own venue, it's different.
Whenever Techno Train came on, remember they were all getting ready for it, and then the announcement came up, and then that chick's up there and she's talking about the orgasm trains about to come and shit, and it was just funny, and it was enough to. It was like a small 30-second movie while they're all getting changed and everything, and like you said, it's not. All right, come on, next song. You know, it's they're interacting, so that's really cool.
Yeah. They make it fun. They make it a performance like it should.
A lot of fun, man. It's that I would say I think I mentioned this a long ass time ago. I don't know what episode because we have done so many episodes.
So many.
But up until then, System of a Down was the best show I'd ever seen. Like non-theatrical per se,
Right.
but music wise and then Rob Zombie with theatrics. And I think Electric Callboy is that my new favorite. That's my new set, you know, just
Okay.
because they're fun. I'm dancing, my back's hurting at the end of the day, you know, and fuck shit. Yeah. If you're not dancing to Electric Callboy when they're playing live, you're wrong.
See, they're my second right now. And the only reason, hold on, the
Okay,
only
go.
reason is because I have put Victims as my favorite band to watch
Uh-huh.
because one, every time I've seen them, they've always been one of the best live shows I've ever seen.
Mm.
And two, the lead singer will just come out and do the most bizarre shit in the pit in between other bands playing, and then sometimes will come out during their own set and like be in the pit while he's doing the set. And I'm just like,
Uh,
that's a lot of fun. And I like
yeah.
it when bands do it for the fans and the fact that it's fun instead of just doing it because it's a chore.
Yeah.
Because I
Mushroom Head
feel like
does
some of
that
those
too.
big bands do that. They're like,
Yeah,
oh, it's a chore, but we're going to do it.
yeah. Mushroom Head does that. They interact with the crowd every time I've seen them live. So
Well,
that's
I was surprised by Miss May I because Ryan got in the pit and played while they did their set. And I was like, I've never seen them do something like that. And they feel kind of like, I like Miss May I, but I feel like they've become prima donnas lately a little bit. From when I first saw them, they have definitely become prima donnas. Because before they were like, I mean, they were basically kids.
yeah.
And now they've been in the industry and they're one of the biggest bands for the record. Like,
For
I
me,
get
man, I
it.
saw them in 2019 and I thought they were cool as shit. And the fact that the singer was out talking to fans and shit before they even went on set, I thought that was really cool. But
See, maybe I need to see one of those again, just because like
maybe,
they also had a guy who was hovering the stage. I don't know, maybe if he was like a tech guy or something, but like I want to say the lead singer encouraged crowd surfing, and a guy got on the stage, and I mean this guy came out of fucking nowhere and just shoulder charged him right off the stage. And I was like,
mm,
this is the first time I've seen a band do this in a long time
oh
where they're
wow,
wary about having people on stage. Like most of the
mm,
bands that come, especially come through here, they're like, get on stage, have fun with us. Fuck it.
yeah,
Let's tear some shit up. But Miss May I was like, no.
I'm not
I
sure.
thought that was weird.
Yeah. So the last thing we did want to point out were not necessarily electronic bands, but like DJs that mesh with certain bands. Like Phase One does a lot of stuff, and Sudden Death. Sudden Death is spelled with a V instead of a
Instead of a
U.
U. And then
Yeah.
phase one is one word.
Oh yeah, Phase One's one word. Sullivan King has done some stuff with Left to Suffer and North Lane. I think you had seen that, right?
Yeah. And some other, he's done a lot of stuff with a lot of different bands.
Yeah, and then Cell Dweller, which is, in my opinion, very industrial, but he's done shit with the Browning, and it's basically just like DJs mixing their sound with an already band or
Right.
something.
Well, and most of them say they have like metal roots or something
Yeah.
like that. So like Sudden Death, his stuff is much more what you consider metal for electronic because he's got that the deep bass, the heavy hitting everything. Like,
Mm.
and there's one that you didn't mention, but we had noticed on a couple of the other bands was Vastive.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the guys that I don't know. I can't remember exactly if he was on it or he remixes a lot of stuff too.
Gotcha.
Um, I don't think I had any others.
No, I know that Cell Dweller does his own thing. Uh, but he mostly sounds industrial, just like Three Teeth and stuff, and they'll mix in their sound with other bands sometimes too. And then was it Code Pandorum? I think.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, they pop up on my release radar all the time, and it's always in there.
See,
So
I try to get my Spotify to be like, give me electronic, and it just like, now we got other shit for you. Unless, like, when I am feeling really spacey, I'll listen to a lot of like techno music.
So
I don't know why. This is a recent thing.
totally fine.
And mine's like, hey, you like metal? Here's a techno song. And I'm like, no, those two don't. That's not what I
So
want.
what I've determined on Spotify, like, are you liking the song that sounds electronic?
Most of the
Like,
time, I at
liking
least
it?
add it or add it to a playlist.
Okay, then I don't know. I usually will add it to a playlist, and I added multiple of them, and I get Code Pandorum probably every other week.
I'm gonna have to fuck with my algorithm, man. It's
Yeah.
so bad some days because I'm like, I don't even like this band, and you're putting it on here. I've told you stop playing them.
Yeah, I don't get a lot that I don't like. On occasion, I'll get like Ask Alexandria, and I'll be like, I don't like you, but then I don't want to take them off my list because I love their old shit.
Well, that was like, I guess As I'm Dying just put a new album out,
Yes,
and I was listening to a playlist, and it somehow snuck onto that playlist.
and you were like, "This is a good song. Who is this?"
No, I was
Fuck
like,
you.
this is Tim. Get rid of this. Which there is new video evidence. I don't know if you've seen.
Nope, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it popped up randomly on my Reddit today, and I
Okay.
was like, oh God, it's
I
bad.
imagine you can probably say it if it's public knowledge, right?
Oh yeah, well, I guess so. It's basically the like showing the abuse against one of his wives.
Like a new wife.
I don't know who his latest wife is. I don't remember if the article says names, but like you can it basically just I didn't watch the video. I didn't want to, but I
Oh,
read
okay.
the description of it, and basically what happens is like he goes up and grabs her and then would
Oh,
tear away and then start like either beating on himself or something else, and
yeah,
it
because
was
I
bad.
do remember hearing something about her saying he is not abusive,
And then this
and
came
then
out.
recently that everyone in the band left, and I was like, that's weird, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, now he's getting a restraining order against her. I was like, but you're the guy who fucked up.
maybe she poisoned his coffee. I don't fucking
I
know.
don't know.
I'm just joking. I don't agree with him. Just bullshitting. God, everybody, calm
No.
down.
But like every time they come on, like some of their old stuff, I still like. But then
Mhm.
I'm like, I don't know. There's something about him now that just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah. That being said, it's the rest of the band is still good, you know.
Oh yeah.
And
I
it
don't agree
sucks.
with what he's done, of
Of
course.
course not. I'm not agreeing with that. It just sucks that other people are being torn down because of his actions, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's been happening all week. Like Oceano just dropped out of a tour
I know.
because the lead singer of Dealer has rape allegations against him, and I guess something never happened. And
Oh wow.
so I don't know the full story. This is what I'm getting. Like, I guess he wasn't okay with having Dealer on the tour and went to whoever and said, take him off the tour or I walk. And so he just left the band.
Oh,
And
okay.
he
I was
said,
wondering
I'll
what
play the
happened to.
shows next year, but that's
Mhm.
it. After that, I'm done.
Yeah.
So I feel kind of bad because I think he wants to put new shit out. He's got
Gotcha.
a side project, I believe.
Oh, I did I listened to damn, I just had it.
What?
Alex Kohler.
Kohler?
I listened to his new band.
What's his new band's name? I didn't see
You
the
know,
name. Huh?
they've already come out with that, like 2 albums already.
2.
Yeah, I think I had to look it up on Chat GPT, and then it's
What's the new
Alex.
name?
Spell Kohler.
Coheller, I believe.
Um, starts with a G. No, it was
Well, because like I said, he did a Reddit
his new.
AMA a little while, like a year ago, saying he's working on a new project and he's going to be putting new stuff out soon. But he doesn't mention the name of his band that I can remember.
I just looked it up though.
This would happen, right? There's a lot of random shit that keeps popping up on YouTube Music now, thanks to the algorithm that I'm building on this channel.
It starts with a G, man. Ah, man, that sucks.
Hold on. Oop. It would help if I could spell. Oh, is it? Does he spell it with a K?
I think it's supposed to be a K.
Oh yeah, Koehler.
Spell again. Koehler. What
Says
the?
it starts with an A. Oh, God is Rain?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. That's the name of the album, at least.
Oh man. He was formerly with Chelsea Grin. Blah blah blah.
Maybe not.
Behavioral health.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, behavioral health.
I don't know. Now I've got one with an A. Hold on.
Is it? It might be A.
Yeah. Ammonia?
A. Yeah. Yeah, that was it. Sorry.
You're fine. There's just some other misleading information everywhere else.
N-N-A.
That's awesome that he's back.
Yeah.
Does he
Oh,
sound just as good?
I played Last Respects, and I think it sounds pretty good. Yeah.
I'll have to listen to it after.
Yeah, for sure. Did you re-listen to anything new this week? I know that Distant came out with a new album. It actually sounds good.
Oh, it's so good.
What is it? Distance new song is good. Alexander the Grape by Buried Alive is really good.
So there's a new song by Bury Tomorrow called What If I Burn. They went a new direction. I want everybody else to listen to it and see what they think. I'm
Yeah.
not sure how to feel about it yet.
So of the list I've listened to, I did not put them on a new playlist. So that means I didn't really care for it. Also, I didn't care for Make Them Suffer's new song, No Hard Feelings, because I remember going, this doesn't sound as good as their other stuff. So yeah.
I didn't even see that they put a new one out.
Well, they have a new album out, so it's probably a new single. Make Them Suffer. We talked about it. It released at midnight that one night.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I always get them mixed up with Left to Suffer, and just because that's Suffer in their name.
Yep, I get that.
What was the name of the song?
No Hard Feelings.
It's off their new album, yeah.
It wasn't bad. It just wasn't what I was looking for, you know.
Right.
But fucking hey, buddy, since you're a big fan of Amy Lee, Woe Is Me did Bring Me to Life. As soon as I heard it, I heard the ding of it, and then I said, "What the fuck?" And then I looked over. My girl looked at me like, "Are we gonna listen to this?" And I said, "What is this shit?"
It was shit.
I didn't even bother listening to it because I hate it so much.
So there is 2 bands I want to put out there that I have found that are great. One that's a little more metalcore, which is called Vicious Rain.
Okay.
It's a smaller band. I think they have like 25,000 listeners or something.
Mhm.
But they just released an album. I like the song Play Pretend. It's good. And then there's a band that I think you might like, which is more deathcore, called K9, but with a K instead of a C. And they're pretty hard. K9.
Oh,
Yeah.
K9. Like
K9, the word K9, but with a K instead of a C.
Oh, never mind. I was like letter K9, and you're like, it's with a K. I'm like, it is with a K.
Yeah. No. But they're pretty deathcore. They just released a new song, but they have an album from 22 that's pretty fucking heavy hitting.
Ah, okay. K9. I see them now.
They're good.
All right. Well, I'll definitely check them out. But that is our whole show. You know, at the end, we just ramble and talk about random shit.
We sure
so either you like it and stuff like that, or you hate it, and you can write me hate mail.
Write us hate mail. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, please. I do nothing Saturday afternoons. So I just hope for shitty comments, and I get none.
I know. Those bastards.
Thanks for nothing.
Thanks for nothing.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving and shit like that. I'm gonna go eat lots of fucking food I shouldn't be eating because I'm on keto and I love it. And my girlfriend made 11 pumpkin rolls and cut the ends off and saved them for me. And when I eat it, my stomach hurts. I can't wait to eat more.
Wow, you sound like a normal person.
Yeah, I ate
That's
like
how it
a
is.
piece of it. I ate a piece of it, and I said, my stomach said you don't belong in here. I'm gonna throw up. And yeah.
That's what we do in our family. We're like, we're not supposed to have it, so we eat a lot of it.
Yeah, well, I love the keto diet because it's so much shit I like, but then I eat sweet shit, and then my body's
Body
like,
can't.
"Fuck you."
Yeah, I can't handle it.
All right, guys.
That's us out.
See you all in a week.
Later.